Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Masks Monday with a slightly thin group on the ground, but we will get the others in a bit. Welcome to session 46 of Masks of Nyarlathotep. I guess it's going to be fairly quick introducing who's left. So let's start off with Perry Astor.
I'm very surprised Canadian at the moment. I'm surprised he's still alive after the last session, because it was getting a little bit hairy there for a while. Obviously, we lost two characters, and I think we've got a few funerals to attend now, haven't we, Annie?
We'll turn up at some point, I'm sure. Maybe just send their bodies back to wherever their home countries are. I didn't check, so I have no idea where.
And we also have Annie Jones.
Okay, yes. Yeah. Hi, I'm Annie Jones. I was a researcher for the bad guys, like a librarian. And I resigned last session by shooting my old boss in the face. So I don't think I can go back to the office now. Meanwhile, Charles, if you remember him, the doddery alcoholic, he was convinced he was God and immediately died, proving, therefore, that he wasn't. And then Pranit died as well, for good measure, probably because Charles wasn't pulling his weight on account of being dead. It says like somebody has written a summary of last session in the chat. It says this is what they've said: Charles died, Pranit died, Annie nearly died, Perry nearly died. Actually, I didn't nearly die until I got a few scratches. I grant you that. But no, I was pretty much in control, just shooting my ex-boss.
You've also missed somebody out on that summary, which was of course Brady, who also bit the dust.
He did. Well, in fairness, I hadn't finished my summary even remotely, but also in fairness, I had completely forgotten about him. We usually have, like, whenever I need to do the summary, I get the bullet points off Jason just before the session. Completely forgot. So I have no idea what happened. So after that, so basically this all transpired because we decided to go into this warehouse by fun. Hanging up in the warehouse was Brady's girlfriend. That seemed to send him mental, and he went charging up at my ex-boss, who summarily killed him. There was something about an insect and a jar. I wasn't paying attention, to be honest. I was waiting for my turn in initiative that never came. Burn. Anyway, then the new China army turned up and saved the day. After I'd already saved it, and we all went back to their house for a bit, spent a little time there, and then now who's the guy that is basically running the new China army?
Chu Min.
So we were chatting to Chu Min, and because we really need these books that Brady stole off of the Swallow. So we find out who the translator is. We go around there, and apparently, moments before, I've forgotten his name again, the Chinese takeaway guy.
As a kind of a meta thing for a second, I never said or indicated that it was moments before, but the scene was left in kind of chaos and stuff.
It definitely was moments before, because the guy was still alive that we found, the guard, and then we tossed him back in the swimming pool. So it was definitely moments before.
No, I said that he might be unconscious. But anyway, the point is that it wasn't necessarily moments before. It might have been a couple of hours before. They might have got
a
head start on you.
A short period of time before we arrived,
the
place had been done over by the guy who sounds like a takeaway. Then...
Wow. The old guy is called Moo, Mr. Moo.
I haven't got to him yet.
Okay.
Now,
yeah, but you couldn't remember who he was, so
I couldn't remember him either. So anyway, he had some of the translations done, but the one we really need, of course, was only half done. So I came up with the cunning plan of telling everything to Mrs. Swallow and getting her to get the book back and asking for a translation. And I think that's where we left it, actually. Lovely meeting. She's going to get a painting of Planet done naked.
Well, and you.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not bothered by it.
Possibly
Planet
together.
was.
Yes. Yes, indeed. And I can see his face as he's in the waiting room. Okay, so improvement checks for your luck if you haven't done so already. And of course, Annie, even with your blips, can get another d10 of your luck added on.
I just rolled a 1. Jesus, blinking Nora.
Oh, I failed. Excellent. 10.
Even with
Oh,
my blips, what, forgetting names that are not native to me, and I just... But I know the initials.
yeah, okay.
I mean, within reason, 1 or 2 characters might be wrong.
Okay, so Perry,
Yes.
what is your luck now?
33.
33. Gosh, you did lose a lot of luck last session.
Mhm.
Okay, and your sanity is now. That went down quite a lot last time, didn't it?
It's
So,
88.
88. I was actually correct this time. My God. Okay, and Annie, your sanity is
55.
Is still 55. Okay, and how much luck now? 65.
41.
41. Okay.
Yes, that's after getting my recap improvement D10 and passing, doing the luck roll thing and getting.
Yes, I was going to
It's
ask
still
about
only
your
41.
HP as well. Is that after you've added one on for the next day or no?
That is not. No, I'm on 6 then.
No, we haven't done that yet.
I mean, some people are like, oh no, wait until the end of the day because it happened a few hours before, but I tend to do it at the start. So yeah, put one on.
I need it.
Yes.
So
Since
we each
you've
get a
not
hit
got a-
point back. Gotcha.
Yep, because you've not got a major win. Well, you're already on full health, so you're fine, aren't you?
I'm not.
No?
No.
I was supposed to technically get a couple of scratches. Oh yeah, you got Brady kind of bash into you, didn't you?
I took a couple of hits, actually.
Yes.
I mean, I'm all right. I mean, it wasn't near death as the private
The
chat
other
message
two.
suggested, but
Oh, we have comments. Oh, hello to Matteo and hello to
Hello.
Lord Morbius.
Hello.
Not seen you for a little bit.
Hello.
Hello, the two of you. Okay, so we left off it now. Just bear in mind, it is Sunday, the 10th of May. So yeah, you had your meeting with Chu Min back at the warehouse. You then went to see Moo, saw that he would be attacked, and blah blah. He did have the translation, or rather, a bit of the translation that he completed that had not been taken, but the actual books themselves have been taken. You then, after that, you basically made your way back to the hotel, I believe, and were kind of planning to.
Saw Miss Swallow, but yeah.
Oh yeah, you saw Miss Swallow,
Yeah.
but then
Thanks for redoing the recap that I just did, only wrong.
Okay, yeah. So
were we talking about staying away from the hotel, our hotel, for a while?
Well, I think we need to go somewhere cheaper anyway.
Yeah, you were thinking of maybe heading to somewhere else that was a bit cheaper. Mainly now that the rich person has snuffed it. Although you did get that money, even though it's in different currencies, from Ho Fang's safe.
We did.
This is true. Let's check out the hotel with Ho Fang's money, and then move to a cheaper one.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. You can do that. Okay, dokie then. So obviously we can kind of role play through a bit in a minute, but what are your kind of main intentions for today, given what has happened and aspired?
I was thinking of retiring.
I was thinking that maybe Planet's got some books we might need.
Yes.
We might have to break into his hotel room and get them.
Yeah, I mean, I guess would you pronounce his death to the hotel staff, or like declare or something?
Not perhaps until we've grabbed everything, Oh, well, no, if we do that, we'll have to pay for him as well, won't we?
Yeah, potentially.
If
he left you anything.
But But no, we can get the room key off the bodies, right?
Sure. Yeah, you could do that. I mean, you technically, yeah, you can obtain everything in their possessions. You were staying at the same hotel together and all that,
Yeah.
within reason.
So we'll gather up all the
Um,
stuff.
But yes, yeah, there are a couple of books that Prenet still has, but also you do now have your English version of the book that Madam Lynn gave you, Annie, as well.
Oh yeah, all nicely bound as well, wouldn't it?
Indeed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think
I'm
actually
trying
I'm going to
find
start
that.
reading these things. I want to skim read the book from her, and I also want to skim read the half of the book we've got that to do with the book 4 of that set.
The translation. Okay, that's fine. Coolio. So.
Have we read all the books now? Is there anything that needs doing?
Yeah, apart from these two that Becky just mentioned, you've at least skim read everything that you've got. Actually, no, there was one. Maybe.
Was it the French one?
Yes, it was
French
the Diary of Anselm de Montfort, which is French, and that's why you've been, keeping that under wraps because you obviously can't read it. So yes, although again, that you might find a translator if you look hard enough if you really want.
I was wondering, perhaps I should take it out to the French Quarter and see if I can get a translation done or something.
Yeah, that might be worth doing. Meanwhile, I'm going to start skimming through these books.
There is also the Shanghai Museum you could take it to if you wanted, which is pretty close to your current hotel. There's one before you check out.
Yeah, I'll do something like that then. I'll take the book off and try and find someone that speaks French.
Okay. Okay, so I guess I'll say that you check out, you get all the stuff together, and you head to a cheaper place called the Jasmine Flower Guest House. And I'm just trying to find where the hell it is. What's funny?
Jasmine Flower Guest House.
What? Jasmine Flower? It's a very popular sort of tea in China. It's very delectable. It's very nice. Where the hell is this map? But anyway, it won't be too far away from you anyway. From where you currently are. So it'll still be in the old city as well, or actually no, I beg your pardon, in the Shanghai International Settlement where you are. Let's say it is. It's just across that small tributary of the river, so near to the hospital, basically. So just on the other side there. So near number 5, if you've got the map in front of you. But yeah, it is a lot less opulent and plush here, of course. The rooms are a bit dingy, for example, and you notice the odd cockroach scuttling along. Also, at one point, somebody comes along and basically puts some little leaflets through the door, and they appear to be some sort of invitation to the various whorehouses around the place. With sort of scantily clad, drawn women on them and stuff. But anyway, so in terms of Madame Lin's book to you, Annie, The Secret Mysteries of Asia. It's quite an old book, good sort of 100 years old, you think, maybe a little bit less than that. It's written in beautiful purple ink, almost like calligraphy, once you break the seal. Can you make me an English roll, please?
Definitely not. That's the kind of roll that doesn't pass no matter your skill.
Okay. Okay, what I'll say is that the calligraphy is difficult to read. Some of the calligraphy is done very kind of old school, which makes it trickier to read. Also, in terms of how it looks on the paper. The paper's a little bit on the translucent side as well, so sometimes you have to kind of flip back and check, is that on this side or that side? So yeah, it'll take you a bit of time to get through, although you will eventually. You could maybe take a break from that and take a look at the translation of the spell if you like.
Yeah, I'll have a
while
read
Perry
through
is out.
that.
Okay. I don't think I'd put it on the expert, but never mind. You've only got a bit of this anyway. But basically, it says the ineffable eye must be worked into a natural substance, which is innately hard. The unrivaled light of the marvelous eye transcends taint if all evil presences have been dispatched or dispelled. He who first chants must be able to visualize the gift of the elder sign. Of those signs sealing the festerings of the dark god, the most potent is the eye of light and darkness, inscribed into the substances of. And
Yeah, well,
where
that's
the translation
nonsense. I'll go
finishes.
back to reading this thing on tracing paper.
Okay. Fair enough. So you're getting on with that. So, Perry, did you want to go to the museum, or would you rather try and wander around the French Connection looking for a translator?
I'll try the museum first. They might have a suggestion if they can't do it of who to go and see.
Okay, cool. I think there's a little bit actually on here. Museum somewhere. But yes, so you head on in. It's a little bit overwhelming to you given just how many books and sections of books there are in here. But there's enough people around, definitely.
Yeah,
you
I'll ask for help.
could speak
Yeah.
to. Okay. Eventually, you manage to get someone over who speaks English, but it does take a couple of steps, I guess, to do that. But the one of the librarians who's English says to you, how is it I can help you? Is there a book that you're looking for specifically, sir?
Well, there's a book that I have. Unfortunately, it's in French, and which I can't speak. I'm looking for a translation. It's quite an old French book.
How old are we talking here?
It's quite old. I'll take it out and show her the cover. I can't remember how old it was now.
It's actually quite hard to determine, come to think of it. She puts it down on a table and has a quick look and says, "Oh, yes, I see what you mean. It is getting on a bit. Well, it's a diary, definitely a diary. Anselm Montfort. I've not heard of this person. Is it a relative?
Very possibly. I'm just researching that to find out.
Oh, right. Okay. Ancestor, perhaps. Well, she starts leafing through it, and I'll just make a quick roll, actually. Okay. She starts shaking her head, going, "Oof, this is quite something." On one page here, it's almost in more medieval dialect, whereas here it is a bit later on. This can't. This must be a whole family tree, perhaps.
I
This
believe
Montfort.
I believe the person was considered quite eccentric.
Oh, what? So he? Do you mean he wrote the entire thing?
I'm not entirely sure. It's been passed down through the family, and stories have got made up and mixed together.
Ah, well, no wonder. I can't read this on the top of my head. I know some French, but my goodness, this is well, it's fascinating. But God, it's. I'm afraid you're going to have to leave this with us if you're willing to do that.
Oh, yeah, sure. Certainly I will. Should I pop in tomorrow or the day after for more information? Maybe you could give me a cost for the translation.
Yes, I doubt we'll have translated the entire volume by tomorrow or the day after, but
No, of
I
course
can
not.
certainly have a look through and get the general gist. Perhaps there is a theme running through. Who knows? But yes, I can take this off you, and yes, then we can discuss a price tomorrow. Say if you come in. What was your name, sir?
My name is Perry Astor.
Well, Mr. Astor, hopefully I can get to the bottom of this for you, but we'll have to see.
That's great. Great. Thank you very much.
Okay. So I guess you make your way back to your new abode, and you're seeing Annie, who's got the translation open and her new book from Madame Lin, and she's just looking a bit bemused by the whole thing.
Oh, no luck.
What do you mean, no luck? I've been in the room all day. I didn't go to any of the whorehouses.
We can leave that to this evening if you want.
Sure.
Get the work done first.
Oh dear.
Did you learn anything?
Money doesn't buy. You know what? As posh and as fancy and as lovely as this book is, I would have preferred it to be typed.
Yes, I don't know if they're very keen on typewriters, the Chinese. It's a bit of an art form, isn't it? It's an art form, the writing, isn't it?
Well, this is in English, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Difficult to read then. Can
You try.
Can I have a look?
Toss the book at him.
I'll attempt the reading.
Yeah, you might as well attempt it. Yeah.
Is that going to be library use, is it?
No, English.
Oh, English.
Yeah. Library use is for researching /
Well, that's good.
do what you want.
I've got 1.5 times the chance of getting it now. That is a complete fail. I've missed that by 60.
Okay, yeah. You
See
take,
what I mean?
You take
See
one
what I
look at
mean?
the page,
I can't see through that. That
and
is terrible.
the
But you
letters
can. That's
start.
half the problem.
You take one look at the page, and the letters start kind of moving around the page in front of you, and just makes you dizzy.
I'm not sure the purple ink makes it easy to read either.
At which point you get a knock on your door, and I'm going to bring in one of the characters. Ronnie, why don't you tell us who your character looks like and who you are, if you announce yourself, I guess, to them.
Well, you'll be able to see the dog collar straight away. I'm dressed somewhat plainly. I'm a tall, stout man. I have sort of slicked back red hair and a pencil-thin mustache.
Perry, you shouldn't have.
Well, you didn't know the brothel. You didn't know the brothel did takeout.
Home delivery. Can I help you, Father?
Well, I'm rather hoping we can help each other. My name is McNairn, Father Andrew McNairn.
Hello, I'm Perry Astor. How can we help you?
Well, as I say, I'm rather hoping we can help each other. I believe you know an associate of mine. As I get his name again,
Fergus McChum.
Fergus McChum, bar owner.
Oh, was that the guy in Shanghai? Was it?
Yes, that's the one.
Was it Shanghai or Hong Kong?
Well, you are in Shanghai, so you'd think so.
Yeah, it was
He was the
Shanghai,
guy in the
wasn't it?
Stumbling
Yeah.
Tiger bar.
Mm.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, vaguely. Yes, we met him a couple of times.
Well, I work for a section on a section of a church. We investigate some of these smaller and more destructive religious organizations, cults, I believe you would call them. I've struck up a bit of a friendship with McChum over my time here.
So you might have come to the right place. What do you think, Annie?
I'm not sure. What does he want us to put a word in with McChum? Is he looking to be more
McChum,
than a McChum? Or
McChum is a little worse for wear at the moment. He received a bit of a kicking.
Oh dear.
Was he watering down?
Why did you do that?
I believe it was associates of Madame Swallow.
Oh.
Responsible for beating him up.
I see. I say, casually reaching towards my handbag where my gun is, just leaning back, and putting my hand quite close to it.
You know of Madame Swallow.
You don't spend any significant time here in Shanghai with at least hearing of her.
And what is your position on Madame Swallow?
I haven't particularly formed in a position of Madame Swallow, other than the fact that I don't want to be in front of her when she gets angry.
I'm just going to give this character a bit of an eye over. What's his appearance like in terms of a score? Do I think Madame Swallow might fancy him?
Straight away.
I very much doubt it. I have a small scar over my right eye, and as you see me walk, you see that I do have a slight limp.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing pronounced, but it is there on my right leg.
Yeah, okay. No, I've got my baseline for whether Madame Swallow would like him. I don't know why Jason's reacting this way. I'm simply trying to work out if Madame Swallow would like him.
He's not even sat down yet, and you're already thinking about handing him over.
Well, no, I mean, so far, the two main comments have been, Perry, thank you, and would Madame Swallow like him? The door's literally opened, and I've been sort of looked up and down and prized as a piece of meat.
Right. And in 1929 or whatever year this is now, sure. Do any of the male characters on this subcontinent look at women any differently?
I don't know. I haven't asked them.
Well, we've got to be careful.
So you investigate cults, as you say. So if I was to throw around some words, for example, Nyarlathotep, Black Pharaoh.
Are these words I would have heard, Jason?
You did say you'd possibly pass through India, didn't you?
Yes.
Could you give me a luck roll?
I do have a cult as well.
Yes, that's fine. But in terms of actual reference of something mythos related, that would be more in terms of what you've heard, I guess.
No.
Okay. You've definitely not heard the name Nyarlathotep before. With what I'll say though is with your investigations of cults, there was a cult in India who worshipped the small crawler.
Not heard of this Nyarlathotep.
Nyarlathotep.
Just I throw that in. I thought I'd throw that just bridge the two together. But I had heard of a cult of the small crawler.
Is it anything like one of these? And I'll get up who.
Doesn't
Oh,
ring a bell.
never mind who. He
what-
hasn't heard of you. Oh.
What about the bloated lady?
I imagine you would have heard of the order by now.
Ah, yes. Now that rings a bell.
How did he?
Why am I putting on a forced Scottish accent? I deliberately chose this character so I could choose my own.
How did he look when I mentioned the name? Was he surprised or?
What, Andrew?
Hmm.
I mean, I was under the impression that you'd even investigated maybe a little bit about them.
Possibly.
So you know who they are at least, and
Yes.
you know who they worship. Their actual motives, though, you don't entirely know.
Are you saying that this cult is active here as well?
Yes. I'm just trying to gauge if he's a plant on us or if he's actually genuine. So I just want to know how he took it when I mentioned the name of the cult.
You could do an opposed roll if you like. Now that's a rare occurrence. So that would be a psychology roll. Bertha's. You could do a psychology roll yourself, Andrew, if you wanted, or a power roll to keep everything kind of a bit poker faced, depending.
I failed.
Yep. We have been quite brilliant at not reading each other.
Well, you have only just met, to be fair. Maybe it's your thick Scottish accent that Perry doesn't quite understand all the time.
After
So
reading
what
that book.
brings you to our door?
Well, as I say, my friend was beaten up last night, and as I went to visit him in hospital, he gave me your names.
Wasn't us.
Well, he did say about the white people who came in looking for information.
And you've
It's-
come here thinking that you'll just barge in and accuse us of beating him up.
No,
With
not
proof or evidence.
not you beating him up. He said that I should come to you because you would be able to give me help. He thought he was.
I don't know who beat him up. You told me. You said it was the Swallow Woman.
I think he thought our stars aligned.
Is that a different campaign?
No?
The stars are.
The Stars Are Right is a general Cthulhu thing. It's not
Okay.
a specific campaign.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a campaign. Anyway.
No.
Well, that gag fell flat.
Yep.
So, I see. Right. I get it. So you're investigating a cult, and your friend, somebody we met once, after getting beaten up by somebody we've had some meetings with a couple of times, said that we would be the people to give you information on cults in this area. How long have you been in Shanghai?
A couple of weeks.
I see.
Oh.
They're throwing all the newbies together then.
Not long at all.
No, I'm still finding my finding my bearings in the place.
Well, in my experience, you need to be very careful around these streets.
Seems even the locals that know the streets well can't find them. Don't find them particularly safe.
Well, we've got lots of books you can read. Knock yourself out, I say, tossing him this one that I've just been given, the transparent paper and babbling. I throw the book at him.
Oh yeah, try that one.
See if you can make heads or tail of that.
Sit down and read it.
I do. Okay. Just out of interest, actually, does your character speak any French, Andrew?
No.
No, okay. I didn't think so, but I was just wondering because that would be hilarious. Okay. I guess make me an English roll then.
Yeah, it's just a standard pass.
Okay. As you read the purple book, The Secret Mysteries of Asia with a commentary on the Gaul Nigral. Okay. And yes, it is quite difficult to read, but for some reason it's a little bit clearer to you.
I've read the King James Bible. This should be nothing.
Exactly.
That's also on that stupid transparent-ish paper because of the cheaper production costs.
Oof. Don't let Madam Lynn hear you. So it basically, originally, it was written from memory by a German occultist called Gottfried Mulder. It was then translated into Chinese for Madam Lynn, and now she has translated this back into English. Essentially, there is the original copy was a sole existing German copy kept in a monastery above the hidden city of Yanhou in China. The original manuscript was allegedly discovered on Yadith by a sorcerer named Zakauba before being brought to Earth and amended by various priests to include tales of their own lands.
I am literally parroting this as I'm going along rather than me having to repeat it.
Yeah, so it comes from a very ancient tome. This it's very kind of sort of meaty occult stuff that you're getting from this, definitely, Andrew. But the actual names themselves, like Yadith, Zakoba, you've not heard of any of this before. So make of that
history
what you will. However, you do find, whilst the overall kind of tone is quite disturbing, it goes into various details about time beyond space and realms beyond Earth, which to you is potentially worrying. Although I don't think you've not got any mythos yet, have you? So
No.
You're technically an unbeliever. Okay. That might bite you in the bum later then. In that case, for now, you think maybe it's a kind of like a, I don't know, at least made
Poetic
up.
license.
Yeah, poetic license.
Flowery language.
Yeah. But you do find a few what appear to be spells and rituals in here. But you presume that obviously they're not going to work because they're nothing to do with the Bible. They're not bound in reality or anything. But a couple that you notice are things such as Elixir of Far Flight, Exhort the Demon Sultan, Opening of the Way, and of Mist Concealed.
Oh, bookmark those pages for me, would you, Reverend?
Just turn the corners down at least.
I was about to say I'm just going to turn the corners down.
Yeah, you can turn the corners down. Okay, so yeah, you won't lose any sanity now, but when you do from seeing something, that's when you'll lose it on top of. So that will be interesting, and that's also when you gain the mythos points.
That's fine.
Because you're a non-believer.
I am a believer. I'm just of different things.
Okay, well, yeah, exactly.
Oh, that'll change when you see stuff for real.
Do you have a go at trying to dissect the flowery language of the translation as well? Since I'm assuming Annie has also handed that over to you.
No, he was reading that one, so
Okay, that's fine
yeah,
then. That's fine.
he was making progress with it.
Yeah,
Okay.
just keep with it.
So yes, basically you found a book club.
Yes, that's very good.
It's rather
Yeah.
interesting. Rather interesting material for your book club.
Yeah, we could make headers or tails of it. So very opportune you came along at that moment.
Not exactly Mark Twain, is it?
Indeed not. So it comes to about 2:00 in the afternoon at this point. You have heard the day go by outside as well. What I'll say is there's also a couple of Christian church bells that go off. There are a couple in Shanghai, a couple of churches in Shanghai where they're kind of calling for afternoon mass, given it's a Sunday.
Well, it's afternoon now. Perry did mention something about going to a whorehouse this afternoon. Would you like to join us, Father?
Whilst the idea of going to such a den of iniquity would be an interesting frisson, I must politely decline.
Oh well.
I've done.
We can go to one with boys if you prefer.
No.
we're going
No. I've been in the whorehouses in Paris. I doubt Shanghai can compare, but that was a vocation before. I wasn't always a father. I was a soldier, remember? I did that.
Well,
part
they
in the
don't know
background.
that.
Yeah, I'm just
Oh,
saying
you were.
the keeper.
Right.
I was. Yes, I was an officer in the British Army. I wasn't always a man of the cloth. I was far more earthly in my appetites. So yes, I'm afraid you're incapable of shocking me, Miss.
Miss Jones.
Yes, you're
I'll
quite.
consider that a challenge.
I am sure you will.
You might want to start praying now.
Are you saying praying rather than being preyed on? No, that's perfectly understandable. I would like to continue reading this tome, however, and see what other information I can glean from it for you.
Okay.
Oh well, I don't know. I think we should perhaps go out for dinner about now. What do you think?
You've not eaten for a while. To be
We've
fair.
missed lunch, so yes.
Yes, let's create an opportunity where we might bump into a mercenary of some kind by going out for lunch.
I mean, that was my idea, but if you want to break the fourth wall too, that's absolutely fine. Because given this is Shanghai, even though you've technically missed lunch by the adjacent restaurant that works with this little lodge, if you will, there's plenty of street food that you can get throughout the day. In that case, yes, you get a breath of slightly polluted fresh air and head to the nearest eatery. There are lots of lovely smells and so on going on with food being made outside, markets and things. And yes, why not? Let's bring in the other character. What I'll say is that after a certain point, the three of you, as you're kind of getting food, maybe it's some like rice and stuff like that, dumplings, you get the impression that you're being followed by an individual, not even a group, just an individual. Local, you presume, dressed rather innocuously, but whenever you turn your head, you only see him maybe for a brief second before he slips back into the shadows.
Okay.
Mm.
We'll have a
Okay.
discussion then amongst ourselves. So this could be Ho Fang or it could be Swallow. Either way,
I was
we
thinking
need
it
to
could
find
be
a quiet
Swallow.
alley.
Yeah.
Right. Let's draw guns in a quiet alley and see what we can find. You'll get used to this, Father.
That's fine. I
If we can find
a nice brisk walk. It's good for the system.
if we can find the convenient spot for you to sort of hide away somewhere, what if I just lie on the floor? So if he comes over to check on me, you can step out and you've got him.
Lie on the floor.
Why
Well,
would you leave yourself prone? We'll just walk down a quiet alley and one of us will hide near the entrance.
Yeah, okay. I just
I'll
think
do that.
Getting
He's
really.
playing dead or something. That seems a
I
bit.
could have been mugged or fallen over and just.
I
there.
hide quite well. I'll hide near the entrance. You guys carry on walking and I'll come out behind him.
Okay.
Okay, Annie, give me a stealth roll.
That is a pass. I could possibly make it a hard if I need to.
Okay, just give me a second. I'm going to look at this character sheet if I can find it. Where are you? Where are you? Oh yeah, it's on the new character sheet as well, which I find very hard to read. I'm not used to it. Let's see. Regular pass, yeah?
I could make it a hard. I'm just loath to spend 5 luck on meeting a player.
That's fine. That's fine. So you slink into a dark patch near the entrance to this alleyway, and the others carry on through. We will jump over to Giorgio's character, who basically gets to the mouth of this alleyway and sees two people, both whites, further along the alleyway. And just for meta reasons, you have not seen Annie. So, can you tell us what your character looks like?
Well, he looks like a tiny Chinese man. He has shaved head, no beard, pretty normal looking slightly on the ugly side of the spectrum. As you said, Jason is not wearing anything flamboyant. He's just wearing black clothes in order not to be spotted in a crowd. Pretty small, pretty thin, not too noticeable.
Okay. So these two guys are about, let's say, 50 feet further down the alleyway in front of you. They are just walking two abreast.
I'll walk. What did you write? I'm walking to them since I imagine they are coming in my general direction.
I'm walking away from you, I believe.
No, they're walking away from you.
Away.
Yeah.
Oh.
So they've got their back to you at the moment.
Okay, so trying to stay hidden a little bit more, I'll try to sprint in between the crowd so that I can reach them a little tad faster.
I mean, there's a few people along here, but not that many. But yeah, you know the streets very well. You can do this really easily. So yeah, you can do that. Give me a stealth roll as well. It just so happens because you're moving
once
quickly.
he's passed, I'm gonna come out behind him and walk behind him.
Yeah.
I hope an extreme will suffice.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you can easily nip through. In fact, I'll say you've been down this alleyway several times. However, again, you do not notice Annie come up behind you. So yeah, Annie, given you pass your stealth roll enough, you can easily follow this other person who is nipping to and fro from different clumps of crowds and in the shadows, obviously making a beeline for Perry and Andrew.
Mm-hmm. Are they armed?
Good question. Are you brandishing anything?
No, of course not.
No.
I have my revolver with me.
Well, I've got mine drawn.
Yeah, I've got mine with me, yeah.
I mean, I'm packed, but I don't have anything drawn.
No,
I don't
Mike's
know
not
if
drawn.
Lizzie has particularly good hearing, but if he does, Lizzie is,
You mean Liu Zhao?
yeah.
Lizzie.
If he's got particularly good hearing, then he'll hear me actually cocking the gun because I'm assuming he's here to attack us.
I think, yeah, if you're going to cock the gun, then yes, he would hear that. But he's not heard you approach behind.
You hear the ratcheting of a pistol quite close behind the back of your head. It's actually pointing at the back of your head as well.
How close am I from the other two?
You've closed in on them, so about 10 feet away. You could potentially just leap at them if you wanted.
But I have a gun behind my head.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you do now.
there's a little.
Miss Jones, I assume.
Oh, now I really want to squeeze.
Don't worry about that. Just keep the gun on him.
Hello.
Good job you did there. I lost you in the crowd.
Of course you did.
That
the
doesn't
hell are
happen
you?
very often.
Ho Fang or swallows?
None. I'm here on behalf of Chumin.
Oh.
So you should call back Mr. Astor and whoever the redhead is. Who is he? I knew
he was a
about.
stripper, to be honest, but I'm not so sure now.
We don't do that exotic here in Shanghai. Not commonly.
What?
So you're with Chu Min?
If you want to scream that in the middle of the street while you're at it.
Do I recognize him from the previous raids?
No, you don't.
I haven't seen him in the warehouse or anything like that.
No.
Perry! Got a live one here.
Turn and come back. And you've got him. Well done. So,
Hello.
taking out my pistol as well.
Well, I like women with a little bit of authority, but this gun situation is growing tiring and annoying. Would you mind putting that down? I'm not armed.
You've bitten off more than you can chew.
Once Perry's got the gun pointing at him, I'll frisk him and remove his firearm.
Thank you. As I said, you two/you three are awaited by Mr. Chu, if you mind following me.
Oh, you're just a messenger. Jeez.
Well, he hasn't been so dramatic in the past if you needed to see us.
I wasn't being dramatic. I wasn't the one drawing a pistol.
You're just following us all over town.
All over town, a couple of blocks, tops. I didn't think that given what you said you're doing, you would be so freaked out by someone following you.
And we've learned our lesson there, actually. So, yeah, we are.
Oh, poor soul. Well, you'll be the one following now, because I should lead the way.
You definitely will. And just be aware there'll be a gun on you all the time.
All right. Follow me then.
Okay.
And we are going somewhere. I hope I know where.
Yeah. You've been there once before.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's fine. So you arrive back at the warehouse, I guess. And when you see Chu Min and the fact you've been kind of trying your guns on Mr. Liu, he looks a little dubious at the two of you. At least he recognizes and says, Probably not the best to antagonize a member of the Green Gang. I already owe them about 5 million favors.
He's a green guy.
Yes,
Good,
we have had to employ various members, or rather, they have been willing to help, given the collateral damage we have suffered, and we need more manpower for the island.
Okay.
Okay, so they're just a bunch of criminals then. They're not. They don't believe in your cause or anything.
They are under terms of employment. They can believe whatever the hell they like. Exactly. It is money. It is money that Mr. Liu's superiors are after. That's what they get.
It's quite a dangerous game. But if someone decides to buy their information or buy their loyalty,
These are dangerous times, Mr. Astor. One of our
You don't-
best is dead.
you
Two of
don't
yours
need
are
to tell
dead.
us.
Yes, but the best aren't.
Oh,
Yes, your Team A thing, right? Whatever that means.
Oh, it was funnier when they were alive.
Was it?
Not really, no.
We have been trying to ponder, actually. I was hoping for your opinions on this, but we were trying to ponder whether it was worth taking on Mr. Ho's mansion at any point. We have word that he may have fled.
by boat.
Almost certainly. Whether he has gone south to Hong Kong or to the island, we don't know. But we are speculating more the island at this rate. But it sounds like his mansion is at least, well, free of him. We don't know what he's left behind.
Okay. Have you had this mansion under surveillance for a while?
Well, you have to hope that he brought security with him. Otherwise, that would be pretty difficult to get in there.
Yes, yes. But like we are doing with you lot, he can easily get other people in to help. Secondment, let's call it.
I may have already done that in regards to his mansion.
I don't think they'd have anyone else but
What,
cultists, really, do you?
Have you set that on fire as well?
No.
You
No.
set buildings on fire?
Occasionally,
No, absolutely not.
Long story.
Buildings are sacred. We'd never hurt them when we could take human life instead.
Trains, buildings, you know.
All right.
Mountains.
Who am I working with?
It is quite tricky to explain in one simple sentence, but these people have been tracking down Brady and his associates now for a good year or so. A few of their ilk have died. The first of which was an author who came to China to meet with Brady beforehand. But
An author, you said.
yes, a black man, Elias, I think his name was.
Oh, so they got him in the end.
You knew Jackson.
Yeah, I kind of helped him as a side job when he was here in Shanghai. It was after the how was that called? The fat woman cult. Was it?
Bloated, they call it.
Oh yeah, I mean,
The
I
order
sh-
of the
but
bloated one.
I do believe it showed me a drawing of some sort of statue that was pretty fat, so that's what I retained. But I do believe that, well, if he was killed, maybe they found him in the end. He was scared that it might have been followed or found, and in the end, maybe he was.
He was killed by a different cult, although they were interrelated.
But he has a point. Maybe they started tracking him from here.
It's
Maybe they got
possible.
wind of him.
It's possible. He went to London next, and the cult in London was headed up by the man at the warehouse the other day.
Yeah, so if they're
Technically,
all
he
related,
opted to
that
invest
might.
before then.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear anything.
Sorry.
I was being pernickety. He technically hopped over to Kenya and Egypt first, and then went on to London.
Okay.
But pernickety.
Eh.
You also remember when you were talking about the statue that he showed you, Liu. You remember him mentioning again, very kind of cryptically, and you think that maybe he'd seen some shit and he wasn't quite right in the head by that point, but he was definitely talking about something breaking open the sky, almost like an opening, and that it needs to be closed.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't give him much credit because it seemed like he lost some marbles along the way. I mean, he was talking about the sky cracking open, something needing to be closed again, otherwise shit would happen. So, but after you telling me that he was killed, I mean, I should have maybe giving him a little bit more of credit.
But the sky has been torn open, and elder gods were released onto the world, and our time here is limited unless we seal it back up again, if that's what you mean.
All right. Who am I working with again?
The 18.
Freelancers.
The asylum team.
Just so you know as well, Moo is currently here and he's kind of resting in a room nearby. Whereas a little what the hell is she called? Not Chumin. Choi Mei Ling. She's now walking about a bit now. She does have a couple of bandages around her wrists, but she has kind of come to say hello and actually, I can give you a thing of her because I don't think I've done that yet. Why not? Let's see. I can find her. Here she is. So, she's still looking quite kind of dark under the eyes. But she comes up to especially you, Annie, and Perry, and says, I must thank you for saving me. Thank you.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's quite all right.
Glad to see you walking again.
I was taken off the streets. I'd heard of Mr. Ho taking flower girls before, but I never thought it would happen to me. But he must have seen my relationship with Brady somehow.
Did you actually meet Ho Fang?
Yes. He took me to his home, and she starts kind of visibly almost shaking as she starts remembering
Hey.
something that obviously happened there.
It's okay. He was a sadistic man, and I believe he's one that does cast spells.
Yes, it is a terrible place there. Such horrible things. Yeah, I remember waking up in a very tight glass case, like a coffin, but made of glass. And there was this huge statue in front of me.
A bloated woman.
I wouldn't say it was a woman, but it was definitely bloated. It had these huge tentacles coming out of its face and a big fan. It was a horrible
Yes.
abomination.
That is the idol of the bloated woman.
Yes.
He put some rats in this compartment and said that they would fall in and start eating me up, and I couldn't move.
It's okay. And I'll hug her and say, and just kind of calm her and just hug her. It's all right. It's all right. It's over now.
Yes, I think so. I did see Gavagan was killed, at least.
Hmm.
But
Yes.
Ho still lives.
He does, and we will find him.
We know where he's gone, or have a fair idea.
Whilst you were in his house, did you see any books?
I did notice a couple in where I was. I did notice Mr. Ho pick them up at one point and pour through them, but I don't know what they were. But
That's okay.
It was a big house. I imagine he does have a lot of books.
Hmm. What colour were they?
Ah,
Oh, they're the scrolls, though, aren't they? Not proper books. Not
they
books.
were leather books, I
Oh,
think. Quite big.
Spell books. So if he's doing rituals with you and he's referring to books whilst he's doing it, then that's definitely a book with
don't
spells
know.
in.
I don't know if he was casting anything on me, but he was definitely just reading the books in front of me. Oh, yes, and I saw him write something down. But I didn't see what.
That's okay. He has quite a large house, doesn't he? Whereabouts in the house were you? Do you know if you were on a higher floor or?
I don't know. Like I said, I woke up and I was already in this coffin. It was a fairly small room. I wait, I do remember he came in once when I was coming around, and it's as if the wall moved back. I didn't even realize he had come in. And I do remember
Secret
seeing,
door.
yes, I do remember seeing a bit of light, so perhaps it went to outside somewhere.
Could you hear traffic or birds
Uh,
or any other noise
no,
from outside?
no birds, but wait, maybe water? Uh, like a fountain, perhaps? A small fountain?
Moo, do you have a map of or a diagram? Can you draw a diagram of his house?
You think that I have been to Mr. Ho's establishment?
I thought your men had it under observation.
Oh, you mean Min? Not Moo.
Wait. Oh God.
This dude's the translator.
It's the translator, yeah.
You mean? I also lost what the hell they are now. Yeah, Chu Min is the soldier. So he says, "Well, I could perhaps wait. What?
I hope you don't look like that. I killed him.
No.
He's back.
Wow, I didn't know how that came from. Sorry. He says we could maybe get a map together of the courtyard. There was a courtyard in there. And,
Any plans with the authorities for the house when it was built?
You'd be lucky to
Just-
find some.
Hoping to correlate what our friend here has described, and
Well, it depends on how much time you're willing to wait. We do not have much time.
Who else do we know that's been to Chu's place? Fong's place, I mean. Ho Fang.
There was some sailor guy who visited, and I'm sure that Madame Lin has been there several times.
I was just thinking, Madame Lin, because if she hasn't been there already since yesterday,
Hmm.
I'd be very surprised. Maybe we just have to go by ourselves. You see, odds are she's already cleared the place out if he's gone. She knows he's left.
Well,
What would she do?
if this is in a secret room, they might not have found it, I suppose. But we know to look for a secret room, so.
Secret room somewhere near a fountain. That's worth a shot, isn't it? When are you going in, Minmu?
Chu Min. That is the point. Given especially what happened to Brady in the warehouse, I was hoping you'd give me a bit of a better idea, but now you are putting me off entirely.
I see it's very doable. I can't see why we wouldn't.
Well, it depends, I suppose, if Madame Lin's lot have cleared the place out. If so, great, but I've not heard from her. I doubt she'll want to speak to me.
I know someone could probably get the information out of her. Looking at Annie.
I think we shouldn't waste any time. If there's an opportunity here, we should go in straight away. What we're looking for are 7 books. The 7 books that Brady had. He has them. There's a chance they're there.
Yes, or he might have taken them with him.
I think all we need to do is have your guys make a lot of noise in the courtyard, keep the cars running, and shoot anything that comes to investigate. Meanwhile, we'll check out and look for this hidden passage whilst you guys are making lots of noise.
We should understand first if security is still there, because if it isn't, we will just attract police attention rather than someone who's not there.
I should imagine it's quite a big estate, I should think, isn't it? If we're inside, we might have to make a lot of noise to get found out.
Yeah, I don't know. It really depends on how much time do we have if I am to work with you, because going there, of course, is the easiest and fastest route. To plan a diversion will take time, also gathering the men, etc. So that really depends on how fast you want to act.
How many people here right now? Jason's AFK for a moment, but we'll just take the people that are here right now, go in, make a lot of noise.
Yeah.
In the middle of the commotion, we'll sneak off, find the hidden room, nick everything, load it onto the lorries, and drive out again. And then set fire to the place to destroy any evidence.
Amateurs.
They keep burning down our hotel, so we just get them back out.
It is a bit tit for tat. What's the score right now? Do we know?
What's the score?
On burning places down versus our hotels.
I see.
Oh, we're way ahead.
I don't know if we are.
Yeah, I think if we get some hammers, some crowbars and stuff, we could certainly do that. I think we could.
Okay. Just to clarify, in terms of deliberately burning down buildings, then yes, we're only slightly ahead, if at all. In terms of accidentally, as in we didn't mean to burn it down, but we did it anyway. Technically, one of the hotels was us.
They've done 2 hotels, a train, and a mosque. All we've done is one warehouse.
Gavagan's
Gavagan's house. but that comes under accident. We didn't mean to burn it all down. It's just, fire got in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Happenstance, that one.
We're,
Anyway, all of those characters are dead, apart from
we're
Perry.
we're 2 for 3 then, so we need to catch up.
Yeah, we're behind them on setting fire to things, definitely.
This is not a race we want to win.
Why not?
And
I think we're going to win later on because we've got an island we can burn down. So,
well,
An island doesn't count double.
I was that still only counts as one. As you're talking about burning things, you hear a rumble of thunder outside, and heavy rain begins to fall.
we're never going to get it. We're never going to get the burn in this weather.
And I think now would be a good time to take a break.
Okay.
Yay.
Start a good fire indoors. It won't matter. It'll catch. Does it matter if the outside walls are wet?
Oh, good timing.
Aye.
Oh well, another mansion, another burning.
I'll.
I didn't know when Talking Heads released that song "Burning Down the House" that it was about this bloody campaign.
Well, it's a strategic move because you're taking away their assets as we go. You see.
Pies.
Fair enough.
I really want to know how we got from, well, I suppose, burning assets, burning pies, and you were eating pies.
It was in private. The difference is she's brought the whole box to her desk.
No. Just one,
Box.
actually.
Actually,
What kind of pie is it?
apple. Apple. Chickens go in, pies come out.
It's not my fault. Hormones.
I like apple pies. They're nice.
I know. We get through about 2 boxes a week at the minute.
Anyway, just trying to think. Okay. So, are you planning to still head to Ho Fang's residence fairly toot sweet?
I think we should load up all the men we got here into a truck
Burn the
and raid
truck.
the place.
Burn the truck.
It's either that or we stop by Madame Swallow on the way.
I think
Those are the options.
if we're going to do it, we need to do it quickly because if he has vacated the house and left the island, we need to be pretty hot on his tail. I think.
Yeah,
Mm.
I would agree on that.
Does the new China army know how they're going to get to the island?
Yes.
Backstroke.
We do have some boats that can take us. But again, if we lose too many people, we're going to need more.
I was just wondering about using the Japanese Navy, you see.
Yes, you said about the Japanese Navy. Have you been in touch with them?
Not lately.
Recently.
Well, then maybe we need to pull some strings on our end about that because honestly, things are going to get desperate if we keep sending people into suicide houses.
You only lost one.
One man that can technically be 5, 6 because he was so good. And 2 of yours. And one of which was a very good soldier, you told me.
He was.
Wasn't so good that he didn't die. No,
I'm just
I mean,
saying, we need people to complete
yes,
this
but look what we
mission.
accomplished. We took down a major player. And yes, I appreciate Ho Fang is another major player. That's it. There's 2. Well, there's also Sir Aubrey. There's 3.
Yes. 3. At least 3.
All right. Well, Either we're doing this or we're not.
I think we should. There's a chance the books are still there. We need to gather some information. There might be some information there about the island as well we could use.
We know there's going to be a big statue there, so we should prepare to wreck it. We need to
I mean-
make sure we've got sledgehammers.
Sledgehammers and crowbars to get into this panel, this hidden room. He might think it's safe to leave information behind if it's hidden in a secret room.
Yes.
Let's do it.
I mean, we can take that as a backup plan, but I should be able to get us through most of the doors without needing to bust them open.
Understood. It's handy to have friends in low places. Well, he is very short.
I
How
mean,
dare you?
wow.
Why do I get the feeling we're gonna get some sort of letter from the Department of Cultural Sensitivity?
I would prefer it if you spoke to the madam first, so we could at least use her lot, if not already.
Okay. Then I will go and do that. I'll need to find a gift.
What could we get her?
A nice bit of expensive jewellery with Ho Fang's money. Preferably in the shape of a swallow.
I believe some jade is very popular in China. Or
Jade swallow.
Yeah. Well,
Let's see
getting
if we can do that.
buying a load of jade is one thing. Getting real jade is another thing, which your late friend would have been wonderful at distinguishing.
Yes, don't want to end up with some tourist tat. Let's go for something we do understand, like gold.
Okay.
We'll go to a jeweller's, find, say, have you got anything in the shape of a swallow?
Okay. They give you quite a large swallow ornament that can be placed on a mantelpiece or something like that, and its eyes are encrusted with rubies.
How much is it?
In that money, all of it.
all of it.
When he says all of it, because we've got like several thousands of pounds here.
Let's
a lot of
say all the Mexican dollars.
Okay. Yeah, throw them at him.
Okay. Did you leave those plasters downstairs, babe? My thumb is bleeding again. Oh, thank you. I used a large knife to chop my finger instead of some onions earlier.
Oh,
As
I
you
feel
do.
your pain, mate.
It's fine, it's just being a pain. The other one got wet, so I wanted to take it off.
yeah, they don't last 5 minutes. Plasters when you get them wet.
No.
No, next to useless.
Yeah, it's there. I think, yeah.
Unless you actually get a bit of that waterproof gauze over it.
Alright. Right, there we go. Okie dokie. Where are we? Oh, that's a good point, Giorgio. About who the Pale Viper actually is. You don't yet know still, no.
Okay.
I
Pale Viper will be Gavagan or Aubrey because Pale,
think,
surely,
I think it's
Yeah.
going to be. I think it's going to be Aubrey, isn't it?
probably.
It's
so
definitely a Westerner.
once we've got the gift, I'll quickly buy a new frock in the market,
Mm-hmm.
find an alleyway, get changed, and then head on over.
Okay, are you going alone?
Sure. I think it's probably best, actually, because all this lot are ugly.
Oh god, this section. Okay.
Ugly and proud.
Ugly Pride, the march is this weekend.
Okay, so you go alone. They recognize you pretty much on the door. They let you in a little bit more hospitably than last time. And you do find Madame Lin.
Mhm.
And she actually looks a bit disgruntled.
I
And
say, Madame Lin, you appear to be upset.
yes, you've come at the best time. Please, I need a massage.
By all means, but I must clear my hands first, which means I have to give you a little gift I picked up on the way over. I saw it and I just thought of you.
She raises an eyebrow. Wow, that really has cheered me up. Perhaps I don't need a massage after all.
Oh. I've made a little alliance for some men who might be of use in tracking down these books. It's a rather unexpected turn.
Oh yes, the books.
I wondered if you'd visited Mr. Ho Fang yet.
Yes, my people have visited him. 2 of them came back.
Oh
I
dear,
sent
how many?
5.
I see.
I do not believe he is still there. If he is hiding in some basement room or possibly a panic room, perhaps. But he would certainly not answer my calls when I tried to speak with him previously over the phone. So I sent some people there. They spoke of terrible things moving around the place, but they were so, I suppose, their minds were not really there. So I let them have the day off.
I've come across this before. Dark magics with cults.
I imagine that Ho Fang may have sprung something on them, yes. Possibly something that they had never seen before. Hence their mind not fully comprehending its contents.
Well, I'm going after Ho Fang. I'm going to go to his house. I've come across information. A previous prisoner that he held there gave us a tip that there is a secret room near a fountain. I don't suppose you've been to his house. Are there any fountains?
Why, yes. I have been there a few times. I do not recall a fountain, but there is definitely a pool in the main courtyard.
Ah. Is there an outbuilding or something? His previous prisoner mentioned of the wall moving as Ho Fang entered from the outside, and
I
hearing water beyond.
have not heard of such a thing, and those who came back, they did not mention such a thing either. His house is very large, though, and there are many rooms off the courtyard.
Right. Well, I guess we'll just have to try them all. After that, I intend to pursue him to this island I believe he's gone to. I don't suppose by chance there'd be any extra men you would spare, as I fear the same fate is going to befall the men that I've made alliance with. Any extra hands would do.
You do trouble me with the notion that you wish to throw your pretty form into such places.
It's what makes me so exciting, isn't it?
Well, if anything, it is a little disrespectful to me.
Oh,
Well, yes, you are aesthetic beauty. You exist. I have gazed upon you several times now, and you want to take all this away from me.
oh, Madam Lin, if I don't look into the eye of the storm, how can I subsume its power so that I can look at you again afterwards whilst with holding the tempest within me? It is my nature. I am wild.
Could you give me a charm roll?
Oh, good grief, probably not.
Or
That's why I stumbled across the words as I said them the
maybe
first
do a
time.
persuade?
Yeah, I fail on both accounts. So my attempt at flattery basically sounded much as it did.
I have already lost one of you. And yes, a painting is very nice, but it is not anything that I can touch or feel. You understand it is not the same.
Wow. The more men you send with me, the greater chance I'd have of returning.
They do not understand beauty, they simply do what I tell them to do. And usually that involves finding things, killing things, stealing things, crude methods that they are familiar with. If you go there, even if they protect you, you could still be hurt. And I do not wish that.
Well, I'll have who there to protect me also.
Your Gug is a chaotic creature. It could even turn on you if you're not careful.
I know.
I do not want you going.
If I stayed behind, would you send lots of men in my stead?
You do like to twist my finger a little, don't you? Well, I suppose I could lend a few more. You do seem to have found certain insight into Mr. Ho's establishment, but I do not deem it to be safe now at all. But I'd rather send them than send you.
I believe he is a high priest of the Order of the Bloated Woman.
That would make sense.
Well, if we can sort those men out, I'll see what I can do about that massage.
She smiles at you, and yeah, she does sort out a few people to go in your stead. You can, of course, still go if you want. She doesn't want to physically stop you or restrain you, but at the same time, you know that if you do, and she finds out, it might be a problem.
She'll definitely find out because of her men going.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So, no, I'll stay behind and do the massage and a dinner or something. Oh,
Okay.
I was promised a whorehouse earlier and I couldn't go, so instead I shall massage. Oh, just when you're planning paid sex and a bloody priest turns up.
Morals have dipped sharply since Charles's demise. That's all I can say.
Meanwhile, for the rest of you, the rain continues to fall. and you wait another hour or so for Annie to return, but she does not.
I mean, we should
I would have
really
arranged
use...
one to be a messenger.
Oh, well, yeah, okay. You could arrange for a messenger to tell them where you are. Yeah.
Yeah, and like presumably there'll be loads of the Swallows men waiting outside the place for this lot to arrive.
Well, yes, there always is. But yeah, they can send a messenger to the warehouse at least to tell them where you are. In which case, yeah, that does happen. So you've been waiting, no sign of Annie. But then a messenger relays something to the person at the door, who then comes in and tells you your friend is occupied with Madame Lin herself, and she's planning to be for some time.
We should really use this rain as cover. Are we planning on waiting much longer?
No, I think we should go as soon as we can, I think.
Yep. If we are to do this thing, we must do it now.
Straight while the iron is hot and all that sort of stuff.
Right. Just because the iron gets hot doesn't mean we burn down the building.
What else are we heating it up for?
Okay, so you get all kitted out, and you notice that there are a few people outside. Perry, you recognise them to be Madame Lin's lackeys, but they appear to be waiting for you and waiting to go with you, rather than to confront you.
It seems that Annie has sent us some support. I'll wander over to them and carefully and inquire what they're doing and try and find out what are they obstructing us or aiding us.
One of them turns to Liu, almost completely ignoring you, Perry, and says, "We've been sent in the lady's stead. The madam wants to keep her behind. She does not want her to be harmed." In Chinese.
Sounds fair.
Oh, if they wanted to replace Annie, they should have sent twice as many.
So are we going then?
Yeah. Are we going through the main gate or over the wall? Or what are we going to go?
Well, you don't know what the place looks like. You don't
Oh,
know.
Yeah. I
Like,
do believe
you
that.
know that it's enclosed, but apart from that, you don't know if there's a gate or a wall or whatever.
Yeah, if you're going by truck, I suggest we park it about a block away. Then we approach on foot and see if there is some side entrance or a wall we can jump above.
because I was going to sort of drive the truck through the gate if it was locked up and.
Sorry, drive the truck through the gate.
Yeah, if the gate's locked, burst the gate open with the truck and get
Yeah,
everybody inside.
I will count that as plain Z.
You're never going to make it to the A team if you're not a bit more adventurous.
Yeah, that may be. I'd rather be alive though. If we don't want to anything catch our attention, we shouldn't bust things open.
I'm been somewhat left speechless by Becky's last comment, but
Oh yes. No, it's because you failed a charm roll.
Well, it's good that two new characters have lasted a whole session.
session's not over yet.
Still better than Constantine.
That too.
Okay,
That's
so
a personal best to beat.
What do you want to do? You want to sort of like you want to creep in and get all these armed guys that are along the street to the house somehow.
I say first we find a way in, and then we decide how to employ people.
I agree. There's no point in having a plan of attack until we actually can see the theatre that we're dealing with.
Okay. You have another 4 of Madame Lin's lackeys with you. They don't really speak much English, only sort of basic words, but obviously you've got you to translate for you if needs be. The rain doesn't let up at all. In fact, if anything, it gets a bit worse. But at the same time, as they said, it does help potentially with cover, especially in terms of sound. Them not hearing you and so on. You park, about a block or so away. Since you did know the location roughly where his mansion is anyway. As you approach, you do see, yes, this enclosure that Charles was talking about. Basically it's these walls that tower up to about 13 feet or so high. And also you notice that the tops are all decorated with spiky protrusions and barbed wire and things like that.
Well, shit.
Not exactly welcoming, is it?
No. There are a couple of gates you can see that are fairly heavy duty, but you can see through them, and they appear to go to 2 kind of thoroughfares, one of which goes into a courtyard. But the buildings around them or rooms look fairly basic. You think that maybe they are for his henchmen or servants or something. They're not
Can we see lights on?
somewhere that he would specifically live in, you think?
Can we see any lights on?
No, you can't really. No, only the bare minimum.
All right, so the place doesn't really look busy, given the fact that it's raining and such.
What time we at now?
It's about 5 o'clock. It's still light.
Oh well, to sort the light answer.
Does the gate have a key lock, or is it climbable?
You could certainly try and climb it, yeah. But it would still be difficult because there's not really much you can hold your feet in, for example. And even the gates are still they're decorated a little bit to prevent people from using that as a vantage point to vault over.
How tall is the gate?
The gate kind of matches the wall, so just sort of underneath 10 feet.
And we're in a truck.
You are in a truck, yes.
Right, we could line the truck up with a gate and just climb on the roof of the truck and head over.
Although you'd have to retrieve the truck from where you parked it and bring it here.
Yeah, still. It's one way of possibly scaling that gate is just simply to get on the top of the truck and just humph over.
And how about the key lock? Is there a key lock?
There is.
All right.
Are we talking a nice small lock, or are we talking a fairly big one?
It's a hefty one. It's a big, hefty one.
We're not picking that one.
Yeah, I'm trying either way.
Okay.
If you can pick this, go for it.
What if I wanted to force the roll?
Push the roll.
Push, sorry.
If you push the roll, then your lockpicks are going to get stuck in the lock. And you might possibly alert the guards as well if there are any.
Well, we did bring some sledgehammers.
I'm sorry, Phil, what you said?
We did bring some sledgehammers.
Didn't
I
we
mean,
actually bring sledgehammers?
We did bring
you did
sledgehammer
to,
crowbars.
yeah, to hammer the statues if there are any. I mean, it's raining hard, but if there's anyone inside, they might still hear a sledgehammer. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but at least we'll be inside. We're currently still outside.
Yes. Or there is Andrew's idea with the truck, of course.
Oh, well, my idea, we could drive the trucks through the gate.
The only slight problem I have with that one is if there are people in the building, they're going to hear that.
They're going to hear it in a minute anyway.
Either way, I say maybe we park, as McNair was saying, close to the wall, then climb the truck and jump over the wall.
How many
I mean,
people
we've still got the barbed wire to deal with, but
how many people have we got with us?
So you
Four.
got the 4, yeah.
Okay, so what about the Madame Swallow's men?
That is Madame Swallow's men.
Okay, and us,
they've taken a look.
and the New China Army?
They've not really been willing to bring any with you.
Oh,
They
okay.
were more keen for you to get Madame Lynn's lot involved to basically take some of the
We've got
numbers.
8 then. Okay.
There you got 4. Right.
I'm
We're
really
not.
glad I'm not part of the New China Army because they are collecting favors left and right.
so there's 4 of Lynn's men
Mhm.
and us 3.
Well, why don't we see if there's anyone inside and get
Magnificent.
one of Madame Swallow's men or even Giorgio
You
to
could-
knock on the door.
You could do. What
Say
I
it.
was going to say was Madame Lynn's men look up at the wall, and one of them kind of smirks a bit at Liu and says, "Clambering on the truck, we could scale that."
I mean, if someone can get to one person gets to the other side of the wall, they could open up the gates from the far side, from the other side. Hopefully, might be a little easier to unlock from the inside of the compound than the outside.
Hmm.
Get one person to jump over and see if they can undo the lock from there. Then the rest of us just through the gate.
Yeah, I can go in and see if I can unlock the gate from inside. And of course,
okay.
if I can, you can.
Hmm.
And if I cannot, you can do the same as I did.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, 1 or 2 of Swallow's men can try and crack open the gate so that we have a way out, because otherwise we don't have one.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay, so Liu, are you going over the wall?
Yes.
Okay. A couple of Lynn's men do go with you, and then the others will stay with the other 2. So you can by all means use the truck if you want to give you a leg up, but I'm going to need either a climb roll or a jump roll.
I really don't like this new sheet.
I'm just so used to the old one, so I'm just like, wait, where is it?
Yeah, same. But I went on the Chaosium website, and this is all I found.
Yeah, that's all they've got now.
I'm spending 3 luck to make it a pass.
Okay. Just a regular pass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, it's not really important which one of the two, because I don't have points in any of them.
Yeah, okay. So one of Lynn's men gets over effortlessly. He sort of vaults his way over these bits of barbed wire and scales down. You with another one. She alongside with you does struggle a bit. You climb up fine, but this barbed wire just is a pain in the arse. And unfortunately, both of you do snag yourself a little bit as you're going down. So let's see. Ooh. Okay, so you take 1 damage. She takes 2. So she winces a little bit, but tries to hold it in. You get a little bit kind of up your forearm, I'll say. Given it's such a small amount of damage, though, I'm happy for you to still go over the wall, and also she's kind of used to this sort of thing, so she is also able to go over. Yeah, the one who gets to the bottom immediately starts trying to get the gate open. Okay, fine. So they're going to be working on that. Okay. He basically gets a good load of it done, and then beckons the others on the other side, so the outside, I guess, to help. And yeah, you do manage to succeed in slowly opening this big gate.
All right, so I gesture the others that they can come in.
Mm-hmm. So in front of you, there's basically kind of a long outer corridor. You can see a couple of places branching off to your right, along like 2 junctions basically, that you think seem to go off to a couple of small buildings. You know, there's another, maybe a courtyard just beyond a wall on your left side, but it's a much smaller wall, so you could potentially just climb over it. But let me just make a couple of rolls. Ooh. Perry and Andrew, give your spot hiddens a tick.
Okay.
Something that you notice further up this outer corridor, which is a little bit alarming. From somewhere beyond, maybe it's like another courtyard further up or something like that, but somewhere outside, you're seeing this sort of ow. Thank you, Phil. You're seeing this just massive water that's sort of drifting and sloshing a little bit from further up, as if the area might be flooded.
I got the voice for the water.
All this rain.
I think we should look up there.
Yep.
Perry will start moving up there.
Yeah, I'll go with them.
Okay. Lynn's men are going to check out the small buildings just in case there are maybe some people in there that they can just quickly sort out while you go on ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So they do that. So are all 3 of you heading up this long outer corridor?
Yeah, weapons drawn, obviously.
Yes.
Pistol one and crowbar on the other.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, one direction is as valuable as the other, since we don't know where to go. Actually, we know we need to look for some source of water. So unless we actually see some, we just go one way or the other. It's the same.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see an actual source of water, but there's definitely water coming from that area starting to drift down this corridor. But before you reach the water, it's a long corridor, this. And you start passing more doors on both your left and right. One of which on your left actually is a set of double doors. First thing you notice is that these doors and also the walls around it are far more elaborate looking than the buildings that you've been past or close to so far. So you think that, perhaps this is more kind of more Ho Fang's territory, maybe, shall we say. Whether you want to go into them or not is entirely up to you. You can, of course, still go up the corridor. You are starting to see the end of the corridor, actually, which, again, you can see more water coming through. But it does appear to go to some sort of other courtyard that you've not yet seen.
Do we want to check these rooms or to keep going?
Keep going. We can check them on the way back.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I take my pistol out.
Yeah, my pistol's out.
Okay. All right, cool. So you pass, I'll say there's another set of those kind of sliding doors on your right as well as you go up, and you kind of pass the last bit of rooms or set of rooms before you reach this courtyard. It's a huge courtyard, and you do see this very elaborate, large-looking pool. You don't know if it's used for swimming, but it's definitely got a few kind of bits of flora and fauna in there as well. Maybe even some fish in there. But you can't help but hear this noise, like quite a soothing sound amidst all the pattering of rain coming into the courtyard and the sloshing around your feet. Can the three of you make me power rolls, please?
Regular pass.
Regular pass.
Yeah, same here.
Where are we? All regular passes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It sounds very pretty. You're not entirely sure though where it's coming from. It seems to kind of move around you a little bit. Kind of like something's moving, from your right to your left, and you're looking around. You can't really see anything though. It's strange how it's bouncing off the walls.
Seems to be a strange echo or something like it in this place. The sound seems to come from everywhere. What could it be?
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Must we spread out? We can look for this secret panel, perhaps.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, in this courtyard, you think maybe it's in a corner of the complex, in that you've got more doors going down the right side, so where you are down the right, and then if you turn left, there are some down your left side, but then opposite the pool, it's just a wall. So there's really only the ones down your right and left sides that you can look for if you want.
Not the full wall.
It goes down. I mean, where you are, it goes down the rest of the perimeter until you reach this wall on the opposite side, and so on. So it's almost like you've kind of come here across, sort of, I guess, 10 o'clock. It goes to a wall.
Yeah, I'll cover the left side.
I'll
And
to the right.
maybe try and feel the walls.
Yep.
If there is some sort of frame or something I can push, or that doesn't feel whole with the rest of the wall.
A brick that looks suspiciously discolored or out of place or something like that. A stone that looks oddly hewn.
Okay, Perry, what are you doing?
The pool, is there sort of ornaments around the pool? Is there like a paved area around it, or?
Oh yeah, you can easily go closer to the pool and go around it. It's all paved in very nice stone. So yeah, there's plenty of decorations around this pool. There's sort of lovely luscious plants coming out of it and so on. When you look further in, actually, you do actually see a couple of things swimming in it, but they look quite large. Maybe alligators or crocodiles or something, but it's hard to tell given the rain is pouring on the water.
Be okay if they stay in the pool. I want to walk around the pool and check to see if there's any sort of like trapdoors, gratings, or anything in the paving slabs.
Okay, no worries, not a problem. Okay, so let's go with Leo first. So you go on the left side. Again, all the doors you can see are on your left, as is the wall. So you're feeling alone. Really, all you find are, you think, a few very plush-looking bedrooms, all of which have a different kind of colours decor, but their rooms are fairly uniform in how they look, where the bed is, and so on. There is a set of double doors down a small corridor that you think maybe leads into a large room, but apart from that, you don't see any kind of secret or sliding panels or anything like that. Similarly to you, Andrew, in that you're going along, you're feeling along the right wall. There's a few more doors, again sliding. Although interestingly, when you pull these back, they appear to be a bit larger and especially longer in dimensions. So one of them is a very elaborate bedroom. You think may belong to Ho Fang himself, or maybe reserved for very special guests.
Right.
There's another place which interestingly has kind of children's things in here, like a smaller bed, some toys, things like that. The final room, as it were, and again, you don't feel any kind of secret panels, whatever, but the final room, you think maybe it's like a pavilion of sorts. But interestingly, what you see a statue, and you immediately think, oh, is it a bloated woman statue? But it seems to be a Buddha statue, but it's definitely large and obviously, kind of the fat Buddha
Yeah.
of design
Okay.
at the end.
Yeah, I'll check out this pavilion. I'm probably going to check out all those rooms, but let's do the pavilion first.
Okay. So basically you go in, it's a wooden floor, but it's got like a canopy above, sort of quite a nice design. The Buddha's made of bronze. If you want to have a look around here, you can give me a spot hidden roll, because it's a fairly bare looking room, this.
I'm going to spend 2 points of luck to make that a pass.
Ooh, okay. So you're having a look around, you're feeling the walls, and you're just not getting anything at all. But then it dawns on you, okay, there's this big statue of a Buddha. And
Yeah.
obviously, Ho Fang does not believe in the Buddha or really has much to do with it. And do you notice as you're looking at the statue, there is a thin seam all the way around its neck?
Okay. And apologies for anyone who are Buddhists. I'm about to do something that may go very much against your faith. I'm going to twist the Buddha's head.
Okay. You start trying to twist it. It only goes in one direction, which is clockwise. But yeah, you start moving it, and it definitely does move. In fact, it goes all the way around, a bit like the Chucky doll, which is quite creepy. You turn it all the way around 360 degrees. Nothing happens. Do you turn it any more, or the opposite way? Okay, you carry on turning it. You do another revolution. And once you complete the second revolution, it does a click. And the entire statue starts sliding out of the way. There's a dark passageway beyond where
I go back to the doorway of the pavilion where the corridor is, and I sort of stick my head out. If I can see Perry and Lou, I will sort of call out to them and say, "Gentlemen, I think I may have looked. I think I found what you were looking for."
Very good.
Okay.
It was hidden under a very warped Buddha.
Okay. As you hear this, Perry, you've been kind of going around the perimeter of the pool, I guess, and suddenly something dawns on you, which is a little bit worrying, in that the two large moving fish or whatever inside the pool, you can't see them anymore.
It must be a deep pool. Okay, I will start want to start, well, back away from the pool, but go towards where Andrew was shouting that he's found this passage. So
Okay.
I'll glance back a couple of times on the pool as I walk.
Yeah. The water has risen to a point as well in here where any doors you were sliding back, water is seeping in, and you can feel it now around your ankle. That song or kind of sweet sound is getting louder as well. Can three of you make me power rolls again, please?
What's the power?
Pass.
Extreme.
Oh, pass.
Okay. So it's getting louder, but you're just blotting it out really well. You've got your task at hand that you're focusing on. So yeah, you head into the pavilion and you see that Andrew appears to have triggered this Buddha to kind of slide away from its wall with a mechanism. And there is this darker passage beyond. It's still wooden flooring and things. It's not like a cave or anything, but it's definitely darker. But yes, I'm assuming that you intend to head down it.
Are there any lamps or candles in the room?
I'll say that there is a couple of lanterns, although they're not lit.
Can we light them and take them with us?
Light them quick enough.
I mean, if you've got some matches, you could, or any other form of light.
1925, everyone smokes.
Not everyone.
Pretty
Most
much.
people, though. I mean, does Perry smoke?
That's a very good question. I can't remember.
Well, as we discussed, Liu smokes a little bit
He
for
does, yes.
recreational purposes, so maybe he has lighters, matches.
Yes.
I've not got it written down that he smokes, no.
No. All right, Leo, give me a luck roll to see if you've got any matches left.
That's a 2.
Then you definitely have loads. You always have absolutely loads around with you. So yeah, no problem.
Man's
From
man's
the
just a
pleasure
walk-
houses.
Man's just a walking book of matches. That's what we're at. We're changing your name to Swan Vista.
I'm always stealing branded ones from bars, hotels, pleasure houses. Like in movies that you got the logo of the place.
Okay. So as you start heading down this darker corridor, I'm going to jump back to Annie for a bit.
All right.
So you said you wanted to get some dinner with the madam.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to accomplish anything other than keep her happy so that I can use her again. What?
No, but I do want to.
All right, let me
get involved
rephrase
with
it. Keep her happy in a way that doesn't get me naked. How about that?
Yes. Well, she takes you to dinner. She lavishes loads of things upon you, food-wise, as much as you want. But she has a couple to drink, and she starts getting a little bit merry, shall we say? And she's very happy that you have done as she asked and kept with her and not disobeyed her, shall we say? But she says to you, I was going to ask you, how feasible do you think it would be for me to keep the island for myself?
The island?
Yes, this island you are planning to go to.
I've not yet been there. I know that this Order of the Bloated Woman that Ho Fang, I believe, is a high priest of. I know that it dabbles in the arcane, the occult, the ancient. Magic's older than the earth. The same kind of thing that gives us creatures like who?
Well, then it sounds perfect as long as such things are contained enough.
Well, I believe Ho Feng's mission is to uncontained things.
In what way, though?
Well, the cults I've been investigating over the last year and bringing to a close, they all seem to have one commonality between them. A bunch of crazy, insane people doing extremely depraved things, all in the name of bringing back alive ancient beings. Now, whether any such ancient beings actually do exist and do arrive, do come, well, actually, I've just remembered I've been 3 characters over the past year. So, whether such ancient beings can be summoned is not for me to judge. They certainly believe it is the case. And, well, my experiences in Africa taught me that you shouldn't just dismiss these things out of hand. And there are certainly
No.
things that, well, creatures like who that are not in any biology book. I think that what Ho Fang intends to do on this island has some kind of evil purpose related probably to the bringing into a real form, most likely this bloated woman.
But I am failing to understand. I understand his possible devotion to such a thing, but I do not understand what purpose it would be to bring her to Earth. What would she do?
I don't know enough about the bloated woman to know what she could do if she were indeed A, real, and B, could be summoned. What I do know is that is typically what these cults tend to do.
Well, yes, of course, I know that, but I'm exploring the subject with you. You're an intelligent woman. I have read the Black Fan, for example, and the poems in there. I know what this cult does for its bloated woman, but again, why? Why would you bring death and destruction on everything?
Well, I don't know Ho Fang, but I do know a little bit about Sir Aubrey, who I believe he's in league with.
Yes.
Sir Aubrey believes himself to be a god. I do wonder
I see.
I do wonder if Sir Aubrey actually intends to use his body as a vessel for some being. Or perhaps in some way is a vessel of some being.
I'm
He-
afraid
he-
I don't know.
He
I-
uncovered something in Egypt in one of the ancient tombs during their excavations there.
Oh.
And yes, a black pharaoh was what it was called. I believe, based on what my associate Perry told me, I believe that he came face to face with this black pharaoh.
Hmm.
And I wonder if he is perhaps just now utterly under the black pharaoh's control.
It could well be. I am assuming that Gavagan and him are at least acquainted, but Gavagan not once disclosed him to me. It sounds like if he did know him, he wants to keep him a secret.
Where I used to work, the Penhew Foundation in London, Gavagan was the successor of Sir Aubrey.
Ah, I see.
So they certainly do have a close relationship. Penhew, I believe, was sailing around on this boat of his, wasn't he? What was it called again?
The Dark Mistress. I
Yes,
believe.
that's the one.
Yes.
I believe I suspect, I know that the boat hasn't been seen here for some time. I suspect he's been at the island for a while, preparing things.
I imagine so. I have seen it once or twice come into port, but not for a good month or two.
The thing is, if Ho Fang has now gone to this island to meet him, it's probably because they're ready to do whatever it is they're setting out to do.
Well, my people have not found or located his boat either. Hence me thinking that he's gone to the island too.
I believe so. And as soon as the men are back from this escapade to the house, it's exactly where I intend to go.
Well, let us hope they come back in good time.
If they don't, I'll have to find new men, perhaps the Japanese Navy.
Huh. You've been talking to a lot of different people, I see.
I do believe it's good to have friends. I don't know if I'd call them a friend. I'd certainly call you one, though.
Oh, well, I would hope so by now, at least. But, why have you been conversing with the Japanese Navy? What on earth did they do for you?
Oh, well, that was more really to do with an engagement with a previous cult in London by my predecessors in this little ragtag group of ours. They discovered a boat filled with machine parts, and they managed to misdirect those machine parts all over the world. The machine parts were built by the cult for some kind of contraption. I'm afraid I don't have the details, neither do they. I don't know exactly what the cult was intending to build. The Japanese Navy approached us because they had heard of a machine, but they obviously assumed it was a weapon of war. Anyway, I sent them chasing all the chasing after the cult's one of the cult's boats. So I thought it was why waste a gift horse in the mouth.
Very true. Very true. Well, I am looking forward to seeing this island. I think that I should hire maybe a nicer ship to take us across there whilst your friends go off and clear the mess up. And then you can give me a tour.
I think I need to be on the island. I have much to do there. There's no way my people will survive against Sir Aubrey without me.
But my darling, what did I tell you? I do not want you hurt or disfigured.
Oh, my dear friend, I fear you underestimate me. There is only one thing more fearsome than Sir Aubrey, and that's me when I'm pissed off.
I do not underestimate you, but I am being realistic. From what I have heard about the warehouse and what Gavagan could do, if that is what Gavagan could do, then what on earth could his predecessor do?
And it was me who killed him.
You did, yes. That is a fair point. Then I would like to come with you.
I cannot guarantee your safety.
That is not for you to guarantee.
Then let's have a party.
Indeed, perhaps I will bring some consumables with me.
I'll bring the fireworks.
Anyway, back to the other three for a moment. So yeah, you start heading down this corridor. It's a fairly small corridor before you start seeing any doors. There's two on either side of you, and then about 30 feet away, there's another door at the end.
Yeah, let's check that one first.
What the
One
one?
at the end.
Yeah, let's get the one at the end first. Usually a reason there's one at the end.
Could be another way out. That's all.
Mhm.
Well, at least then we'll know.
Okay. So you reach this door. Basically, you see that not only is it locked, but it's iron grill work that kind of covers it over. So it's going to need a very decent locksmith attempt, or possibly a lot of people to help shove this thing. I mean, there are 3 of you, to be fair.
Oh, you're up.
Shoulder in, yeah.
No, you can pick locks. Can pick locks, can you?
Yeah, I can try. Hopefully, I've put enough points in it.
No, he hasn't.
I'm forcing the roll, and then we kick down the door if needed be.
Okay, yeah, you can try and push it. I've just seen it.
Oh, that's a pass. No,
It's a pass. Okay.
wait.
You can't
For
spend
f-
luck on a push roll.
For fuck's sake. No, it's not. By 2.
Ooh.
Fuck. I
It's
thought I
heavy
had
duty, this thing.
25.
Yeah. You snap your pick and a bit of it gets stuck. It's gonna need some good strength power to shift it.
Let's just shoulder in. Give a good
Yeah,
nudge.
let's get back to the basics.
Yeah.
It's
You know,
gonna
like,
need maybe a bit more, as you realize that because of how the lock has got stuck, it's actually caused the grill to dislodge slightly. So you're gonna need all 3 of you really to
Give
get
it a
involved
good
in that.
smack.
yeah, we can all do that.
For those of you watching, Becky's put in the chat, what if Madame Lynn is in the order of the bloated woman? Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I mean,
Then then
never really
the enemy
confirmed
is the
No,
enemy
no,
is
no.
attempting to seduce you.
No, the pale viper is cerebral. No, don't worry. No.
Yeah. Yeah, you've always got one way out.
Oh dear. Okay,
Ascus.
so since there's 3 of you, I will allow you 1 bonus die for helping whoever's doing the strength roll, but it's going to need to be a damn good strength roll.
Yeah, I mean, I got 45, so if anybody else could do that, that'd be nice.
I've got 75.
I got 70, so it's Ronnie.
Andrew with a bonus die.
Which I will use. I am going to use 2 points of luck to make that hard pass.
Okay. You think you push it a little bit, but this thing is really, really difficult, especially given you causing problems earlier with his locksmithing. It's just not budging enough to be able to get through the door. You could maybe reach an arm round and kind of push the main door open to have a look, but there's no way that you could actually get past this grill.
Fucking thing.
How about shooting the lock off?
It's a grill. You can't shoot the lock off. It's not like a padlock.
Yeah, we
It's
can
just built in.
destroy the lock by shooting it.
Yeah, I do have a shotgun.
The shotgun will do all kinds. Will take off the entire door mechanism. The whole handle mechanism is going to go.
We're making a shit ton of noise, though.
I was
Wow.
going to say, yeah, especially with the problems caused before, this is going to guarantee people being alerted by your presence.
It's either that. The only other thing I can think of, you got a crowbar there. Can you just
Well, I've got a crowbar, yeah, that's true.
I forgot about
get
that.
in there?
Yeah, I'll try and lever the lock away from the door jamb a bit.
All right, it's going to be another strength roll. And actually, I'm going to treat it as a pushed because you're trying it again. But I will give you a bonus die if anyone's helping.
47.
Yes,
So okay, so that was a
I'm helping.
37. So that is a 37. So that's 2 off a hard. So I could spend 2 luck to make that hard.
Can't you?
It's-
stop
Oh,
spending
on a
luck
push,
on
No,
I
you
that?
can't. You can't. No. It
37.
whilst you pass it again, you get it in nice and like hook it round. But again, given what happened before, you just can't budget enough to
Okay.
get in properly.
Shotgun it then. There's no point in
Yep.
being here if we can't get in.
Okay.
All right.
Just
All
give
right.
us,
So you.
just give us the chance to go back to those other 2 rooms and get out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, you could go in the other rooms as well. Okay, you ready your shotgun and put bullets and so on. Click it up, and as you hold it towards the lock on this grill, you suddenly hear a horrendous scream of agonizing pain come from back in the courtyard.
Are we rushing back? I think we should.
For a minute, I thought he was going to say the door swung outwards.
Yeah, that'd be good, wouldn't it? But no, I'm
That'd
not that
be
horrible. I'm not that horrible.
That's my kind of trick.
I'll run back up the corridor to the room at the end and see if I can see what's in the courtyard.
Okay, you do so. What you see is it looks like that Lynn's men have come back into the courtyard, maybe to find you or something. And one of them is up in the air, being held by this strange creature. Looks a little bit like one of the creatures that Annie has summoned back in Kenya, but it has this very kind of scaly sheen effect going on, and you also see almost like a mermaid tail swinging beneath it as it starts ripping this poor guy apart. Can you make me a sanity roll, please? There's also another one that's flying around, and the others are attempting to try and subdue it.
19, so that's a pass by a country mile.
22, it's a
Okay.
pass.
Is it
Well,
all of
you
us
two
or-
are all right. Yeah, you two are all right because you're technically still facing the
Yeah.
door. So you've got
Yeah,
this
we
to look
never went
forward to. Okay, so for you, Perry, that's just one that you failed on.
Okay.
But you also see that the water, that again, there's more water that's just flooding the walls around. It's actually come up to your knees, and you're going to potentially struggle to move around quickly. But you're seeing something that's starting to merge out of the water, something big and almost gooey in texture, blobby. Not at all like the thing that was choking you before, where you could barely see it. This thing you're starting to see kind of almost a bit like I guess rice pudding when it boils over, a bit like that, but it's dark, very, very dark matter, whatever this thing is. And as that's going on, I think that'd be a good time to end for today.
All right, so we are gonna die 2 sessions in with junior characters. That's perfect. How much did Constantina live? 3 sessions or 2 sessions?
Well, we got to live longer than her.
Yeah,
we
that's
just-
the bare minimum.
we
Bare
have
minimum.
to. She has to be the one that's lasted the least. That has to be it. Can't.
Perry will shout back down the corridor, you better find another way out.
Saying that, wasn't Perry the reason she died?
Yep.
Damn, and we're with him.
As long as you're not near him, it's
You're
okay.
muted, Becky.
You're not with the danger, though, are you? You're down the corridor still.
Oh no, we're screwed. Oh no.
What were you saying, babe?
Well,
I was saying, yeah, absolutely 100%. Not even remotely anybody else's agency involved in that. That was completely Perry who killed her.
That wasn't very recent either, was it? It was ages ago.
Are you
Still-
saying you've learned since then? Because, like, not being funny, I think you're of an age where you don't learn that quick.
And as for your last comment, Becky, when you
My
were
last
saying about
time- oh yeah,
Madam Lynn,
Shafiq all over again.
you know, what if Madam Lynn is in the order of the bloated woman? Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! I've only got one thing to say.
Hmm.
That's the right attitude because the A team died last session. So
Yeah.
you're
Well,
so he ain't there to save you.
If it is Shafiq all over again, who's not learning?
Oh no, I'm learning because I'm well aware it could be an issue. It's just the problem is, I think saying no to her now is probably more dangerous than her doing a sudden reveal later. Because right now I've got no one with me.
Yeah, you got to cozy up and pretend to be on her side, don't you? Until you find out.
Yeah, there's not, I mean, like, she's decided she's going to be there. If I said, "Oh no, don't," she'd still turn up if she wanted.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
not like, you know.
Yeah, she's going to turn you into a statue so she can feel and touch you every
Right.
time she wants.
Possibly she is. She does. You know what? Maybe Ho Fang is trying to stop her.
Stop her perversions.
Yeah, she is. She's kind of. I think she just is the bloated woman.
Right.
Wasn't there something about her being gone for a while and then returning?
Yeah, because her books were stolen.
Yeah. So, what, like, how many centuries was she gone for?
No, she lives outside of Shanghai,
Uh huh.
but she came
A
back
long
specifically.
way out of Shanghai. You never dimension.
Yeah. And another time and place in a non-Euclidean universe.
I love how there've been like several NPCs that are much older than they look, and only now you're starting to think about it.
Wait,
Yeah, but
what?
she's really dangerous, though, isn't it? And it's obvious she's really dangerous.
I mean, actually, to be fair, the NPCs haven't really affected you, but like if you resurrected Nito Kreese, then she appears much younger, of course.
Nito
one
Kreese? Who
thing.
the hell's that?
The mummy they destroyed.
Oh, that's the one. That's the woman in the sarcophagus.
Is that the one we set fire to in the desert?
Yeah,
When
Yes.
Cairo went all blazy.
Mm-hmm.
and they burnt down our hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Just sounds like Nito Crease just sounds like a trouser press.
It does, doesn't it? Like the best at ironing.
Today's trouser press, Nito Crease. That's how you.
Sort of like you expect to find it in a hotel room next to the coffee mate.
Yeah, the coffee mate, the Nito Crease, and other.
I kind of want to start up a trouser press company now just to make it named after a Cthulhu god. It's an in-joke for all the role players.
Although there are enough Easter eggs, honestly, in these large campaigns as it is. Oh god. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and I love
always,
your
That was good. That was
wild
good.
player theories. They're hilarious as always. And I guess we'll see you on. Are we still playing Saturday? Actually, come to think of it.
I think so.
I do believe we are.
Well,
Didn't
mainly
you want
asking
to go
Becky.
to Milton Keynes?
Yes, I was trying to work out if we were going to get back by then, but it's possible.
I don't
we
know.
might
Will
not
I be able to get you back by then?
Depends.
Okay, we'll
We might have to
see.
We
in
might
the
have to
next few
see,
days.
guys. I'm afraid.
Yeah, that's
Like,
right.
you know, like I'd be there. I just want to decorate the bathroom.
To be fair, I did think it was next week, not this week for some reason. But there we go.
All right.
That's okay.
And then, am I right that Ronnie's not here Monday after? Yeah.
Next Monday I'll be here.
Oh, it's the Monday after.
It's
Okay.
the Monday after. It's the weekend after, actually.
Okay.
So I won't be there for the Saturday either.
Ah. Okay then.
Excuse me. I'm so sorry. We're coming into the winter months, which means everybody will be around more. You know, the
Fingers
summer's
crossed.
not for that much longer.
The mozzies are finally fucking off. Anyway, I better cut the broadcast. Thank you, all of you, for playing.
Bye.
Thank you for the game.
We will see you
Thank you.
later.
See ya.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.